Hey guys, yeah, this is my 2016 worst list. The full version is on Radio Music. This is just a summary, but yeah. Um, Number 10 is Juju on That Beat by two random kids that I don't feel like saying the name of because literally nobody cares about them. They haven't had any success whatsoever outside of this one song that went viral on Vine. And yeah, it's a Vine song that absolutely sucks. Um, it it's sampled from a terrible, from a crunk song, and these two kids have no charisma, and the song just feels like it was no effort was put into any part of it other than the chorus because of how laughably bad they utterly fail at rhyming and everything during their verses. Like it just feels like a song literally made just to go viral on Vine because of the fact that the chorus would be used is all that would be used in the Vines. The only reason it isn't higher is because it's fun in a hilarious way that I can get ironic enjoyment out of by laughing at how stupid it is. Which I can't say about a lot of the worst hits of 2016. So yeah. Number 9 is Just Like Fire because it's an incredibly generic empowerment anthem from Pink, and she can do so much better than this useless gunk. Number 8 is Me Too by Meghan Trainor for being an absolute disaster. That is absolutely narcissistic, and she can't sell it well at all. And the only reason it isn't higher is because just like Juju on That Beat, it's a disaster, and it's hilarious being a disaster. And I can get ironic enjoyment out of laughing at how hilarious it is, and I can't say the same about most of the songs higher. So, yeah. Number 7 is Pop Style by Drake, Kanye West, and hardly Jay-Z, because the beat is literally off key, and all three rappers sound absolutely phoned in, delivering incredibly poor verses. And also Jay-Z, again, is hardly on the song. He only sings 2 lines. Raps 2 lines. And there's some really awful lyrics like, got so many chains they call me Chaining Tatum. Number 6 is Lost Boy because it's a passionless, useless nothing that adds nothing to the world and just retells the story of Peter Pan. That's the fucking only thing the song does. It doesn't do anything special with that or anything. It's just retelling Peter Pan. The exact same story with no using it to like describe her life, like using it as a metaphor or anything. It's just a retelling of the story of Peter Pan. Number 5 is I Hate You, I Love You by Nash and Olivia O'Brien because it's so fucking boring and passionless, and it is just... Nash absolutely sucks as a rapper. He delivers an incredibly weak performance here. This song just feels phoned in, and the only reason it feels like a song just designed only to fill time on radio. And yeah, number 4 is Gold by Kiara because it has just absolutely atrocious production. The chorus on this song is like incomprehensible. It doesn't sound like something recorded by humans. It sounds like something that aliens recorded. And it also just feels like a repeating loop. And it sounds like it was recorded in a cave. This song just... And also she tries to be this gold-wearing femme fatale, and she is just so unconvincing in it. Number 3 is Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes because it's a terribly mixed and sung pop song. It does the steal your girl narrative in a way that just comes off as creepy, douchey, and manipulative. And of course, Bada Danny can, Bada Danny can, Bada Danny can. Number 2 is Back to Sleep by Briss Crown because it's a song where Briss Crown a convicted sex offender, talks about repeatedly effing a woman back to sleep and telling her not to talk, which is just creepy as shit. And also, fuck Chris Crown. Dishonorable mentions are Love Yourself by Justin Bieber, because it's incredibly dull. 7 Years by Lucas Graham, because it absolutely fails on a lyrical level. Needed Me by Rihanna, because the production sucks. Cake by the Ocean, which has a good bass line, admittedly, but the lyrics absolutely suck, and the vocals on the chorus are really bad too. So, Low Life is the only song I've ever heard from that has The Weeknd on it, and I find it boring. And yeah, it's doing something very wrong for that. Let It Go by James Bay, because it's so fucking boring. No by Meghan Trainor. It's not as bad as Me Too, but it's still quite bad. One Call Away, because it's really lame. And it's also useless radio filler. And also it has, Superman got nothing on me. Don't Mind by Kent Jones, because it's just because the lyrics suck, the beat isn't good, and it sounds a lot like Usher's song I Don't Mind, which was much better. Don't by Bryson Tiller for being incredibly boring and dull. Holy by Florida Georgia Line for being incredibly stupid and not in a good way. We Don't Talk Anymore by Charlie Puth and Selena Gomez for just basically being what somebody that I used to know would be if it were a bad song. Unsteady, because it is so clunky and the vocals are awful, and also the fact that there's a remix of this song that exists that is so much better than the version that was a hit. And then there's We by Jeremiah, because I find it quite annoying. There's Two Phones by Kevin Gates. Yeah, there's a lot of dishonorable mentions because this was a bad year. Two Phones, the production, the irritating vocals, and the lyrics just really irritate me. Jumpman by Drake and Future for being incredibly boring. For Free by Drake has a bad beat and the lyrics suck. I mean, would you fuck me for free? That is just why. Starving by Haley Steinfeld and Gray, because it has an absolutely ear-splitting drop. The rest of it's fine, but my god, that drop. Love by Tori Lanez. And I disliked this song before the incident, and now I dislike it even more. I can't stand his voice. Just reminds me of Akon on this song and his other hit from this year. And believe me, when I get to the 2000s eventually, I will beat on Akon a fair amount, because I cannot stand his voice on any song other than Sexy Bitch. Say It by Tory Lanez, same reasons as Love. Hideaway by Daya, because these lyrics are so poorly written and bad production. Really, really just the same thing I said about Two Phones. Wicked by Future, because it's just such a standard brag rap song that is incredibly uninteresting, and it's dull. Stand by You by Rachel Platten. I mean, it's not as bad as Fight Song, but it's still not good at all. And Break Up in a Small Town by Samha, which would have made my worst list except I didn't want to give attention to it because it didn't make the Billboard year-end list, and therefore to most people it has been lost to time, and I didn't want to bring attention to it by putting it on the list, but it still absolutely sucks, so I needed to mention it. So, yeah. And number 1 is Sit Still Look Pretty by Daya, because it has absolutely awful production that sounds like an alarm to me. And it feels industry driven like a lot of the other songs on this list, and these lyrics are just the fucking worst. It utterly fails at what it's going for lyrically, and also I can't stand the line, Snow White, she did right in her life, had 7 men to do the chores, because that's not what a lady's for. Oh, so she's saying that somebody who had men do the chores all the chores is right in her opinion. And this song is supposed to be female, inspiring females. So this is just Dear Future Husband again. I mean, I don't know if... And also, like, she's stereotyping all men as people who treat women unfairly. And that is just not true. Yeah, a lot of men do that. And this is a song where she's calling out men for stereotyping women, and yet she's stereotyping men in the song. So she's being a hypocrite. Yeah, I just hate Sister Look Pretty so much. Sister Look Pretty is my pick for the worst hit song of 2016. And bye.